Hello and welcome to this special English story video. I'm so happy that you're here today. My name is Sam and I live in California. In this video, you will hear a simple and fun story in English. The title of the story is Lost in the Zoo. Before we begin, let me explain something very important. Today's video uses a method called the shadowing technique. You may ask, what is shadowing? Let me explain it clearly. What is the shadowing technique? Shadowing is a powerful way to learn and improve your English speaking. It means listening to a story or dialogue and then repeating it right after the speaker. It's like you are the speaker's shadow, following every word, every sound. You listen carefully and speak out loud. This helps your pronunciation, fluency, and confidence. Even if you don't understand every word, don't worry. Just keep listening and repeating. Think of it like singing along to your favorite song. At first, it's difficult, but with practice, it becomes natural. Shadowing also helps you think in English, not just translate from your native language. So, in this video, listen to each line and then repeat it after me. You can pause the video if you need more time. The more you practice, the better you will become. So now, are you ready to improve your English and have fun? Let's start the story. My name is Sam, and I live in California. Last Sunday, I had a fun idea. I wanted to visit the San Diego Zoo. It's one of the biggest zoos in the United States. I was excited like a little kid in a candy store. I woke up early, brushed my teeth, and took a shower. I wore my favorite red t-shirt and jeans. I looked in the mirror and said, "Today is my day." I packed a small bag with water, snacks, a notebook, and my camera. Then I walked to the train station. The train was not crowded. I found a window seat and smiled. The weather was perfect, sunny with a cool breeze. As the train moved, I looked outside and thought, this is going to be an amazing day. I reached the zoo around 10 a.m. At the entrance, I saw a big, colourful sign, "Welcome to the San Diego Zoo." There were many families, children, and tourists. Everyone looked happy. I bought a ticket and entered the zoo. Right there was a big map. I looked at it and said, "Piece of cake, I'll follow the signs." I had no idea I was about to get lost. First, I went to the monkey area. The monkeys were loud, funny, and full of energy. They were jumping, swinging, and playing. I took some photos and laughed. I said, "You guys know how to have fun." Then I visited the elephants. They were huge and calm. One elephant sprayed water with its trunk. The kids nearby screamed with joy. I smiled and said, "That's what I call a surprise shower." Next, I saw the lions. They were sleeping under a tree. I said, "Let sleeping dogs lie," and walked quietly. Suddenly, one lion stood up and roared. It made me jump. I laughed and said, "Okay, you win, King of the Jungle." After all that walking, I got hungry. I sat on a bench and ate my sandwich. I drank some water and relaxed. Then I looked at the map again. I wanted to see the pandas. They were on the other side of the zoo. I started walking down a small path. There were trees and plants on both sides. At first, everything looked fine, but after 10 minutes, I saw no more signs. I looked around and said, "Something doesn't feel right." I checked my phone. No signal. I said, "Just my luck." I turned back, but everything looked the same. Left, right, straight. I was walking in circles. Then it hit me. I'm lost in the zoo. My heart was racing. I felt nervous, but I told myself, don't panic. Where there's a will, there's a way. I took a deep breath. I said, "Sam, you can figure this out." I kept walking and looking for help. Finally, I saw a zoo worker near a fence. I waved and said, "Excuse me, I'm lost." He smiled and said, "You're not alone." It happens every day. He asked where I had been. I told him about the monkeys, elephants, and lions. He laughed and said, "You've covered a lot of ground." He pulled out a walkie-talkie and called someone. Soon, a small zoo cart arrived. He said, "Hop in. We'll take you back." I thanked him and sat in the cart. The ride was smooth, and I felt safe. On the way back, we passed the giraffes. One giraffe was eating leaves from a tall tree. I smiled and said, "Better safe than sorry." The driver said, "Next time, follow the map carefully." I nodded and said, "Lesson learned." We reached the main entrance. I got out of the cart and thanked both workers. I sat on a bench, drank water, and took a deep breath. I thought, that was a wild ride, literally. Before leaving, I went to the gift shop. I bought a panda keychain and a postcard. I wrote, "Dear Max, I got lost in the zoo today, but I found my way back. What a fun day." I dropped the postcard in the mailbox with a smile. The sun was going down. I walked to the train station, feeling tired but happy. As the train moved, I looked at the photos on my camera. I thought, sometimes the best memories come from getting a little lost. That night, I told my family the whole story. We laughed and laughed. I said, "Next time, someone else can hold the map." It was a day I will never forget. A simple trip turned into a big story. Now it's your turn. Listen to this story again and repeat after me. Use the shadowing technique to build your English step by step. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are just stepping stones to success. Practice makes perfect. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe. You can also tell me in the comments, have you ever been lost somewhere? Let's learn together and grow together. This is Sam from California saying, keep speaking, keep smiling, and keep learning English every day. See you next time.